Hello, um, you're listening to Mystic Orange. This is Talking the Shadows, episode 46. In this episode, I'll be talking about Winx Club, the Trix, the rise and fall of the Trix. Because, the Trix are the best villains, the main villains of the Winx Club. Um, I'll talk about, how they risen and how they've fallen from you know because of how the show has treated them, um, and that's what this video is about. Um, because the Tricks, they were iconic villains. They still are. I think the best thing is that they started off at season 1 and they are now at season 8. They are iconic for a reason because they hold like so much power. I think th- I feel bad for the how the show has treated our girls. I see Darcy and Stormy. They were at the peak in season 1, but what happened to them? This video, I will tell you what has happened to the Tricks. Why were they so amazing from the season 1, and why have they fallen? In season 1, they were at their peak level. They were powerful witches. Um, in season 2 as well, they showed their threat towards the other girls. Like, I can't imagine like how many times they have won in season 1. They were impressive, and I can imagine in season 2 as well. Um, like I can imagine like 3 episodes that they've shown their strength. Like in the one of the Shadow Hunt episode where they had to fight Stella, Bloom, and Layla and Sky, and the second one would be when they had to retrieve the Red Fountain Codex, and when they had to retrieve the Cloud Tower Codex. They've also shown like the competence. I mean, I wouldn't say that they were the brightest. Like they did fumble a bit, like in season 1, like in a little bit, like trying to figure out where the dragonfly is, but taking a while. Um, but yeah, I think um, the the fall started where season 3 happened. They were still like I can't believe like they before season 3. I mean, in season 1 they did not need um person to follow, and I think in season 3 we see like uh, more consequential of like how the Tricks are being handled. Like um they're following someone. I can't understand like Baltar is manipulating the Tricks, um, but the Tricks could have like not be manipulated, or at least shown like some competency. Um, that's where we see like the dip in the um, personal like uh, ability. I think season 4 is when we're glad like there should have been I'm glad there's a season without them because you know it has lost the effect of what happened. Like they can't continuously like um, follow someone. Um, so it always felt good when like season 4 did have the Tricks. Because I think it made worse like for season 5 where they did not need to return. I think if season 5 could be done without the Tricks. I can think like Same thing with season three. I think Walter could have carried out his plans without the Trix, and maybe Tritanus could have followed. Could have done his plans without the Trix as well. Um, they didn't have to be the lapdog of these villains. They could because like in season one they held their own. Um, I'm glad like in season six they like try to replicate that. Um, you know, that they're independent again, but I think like you know 3, 4, and 5 it could have been without the Tricks. I think 1 and 2 like is where they shown the peak. Like they had the power, but even in season 6 they have shown like really incompetent. They weren't threatening. Like the writing of season 6 hasn't been good. It has been all over the place. If season 6 had better writing, um, the tricks would not look like idiots. Because yeah, that's how they presented in season 6. Um, and like we didn't need them in season 7 either, because they bet that season was based on Kalshara and Braphilius as main villains. I don't understand why the Tricks had to come back afterwards. And I think season 8 is another weird one as well. Like, I think I'm one of the few people that I'm not like keen on the backstory of Icy. In my opinion, it doesn't make sense. Like first of all, it doesn't align. Like Icy's ancestor is Belladonna, and I don't know how like it aligns with like her ancestor is Belladonna, so Belladonna, Icy, and Sapphire. I don't know how they align with each other, you know. And we see season 8 and her backstory. Icy would not look like that, in my opinion. If Icy is presented with the blonde hair and that gown, she would not look like that. And I would have imagined the sister that turned into a fox would have more looked like that, because she has white hair. But we already know what Icy would have looked like if she was younger. If you look back at season 3, in Flowers episode, the Tricks did fall into that pond. Because Icy's like, T. Darcy, that's what you look like as a kid. And Darcy tells Icy, who cares, you look like a pixie. That also shows like, the Tricks themselves, they're not related. They didn't know each other as youngers. So when they refer to each other as sisters, I imagine it's something like because they're witches, they refer to each other as like sisters, and they are like good friends with each other. So I think the Tricks. I can't believe like they're not sisters. So I think that backstory kind of like does help like establish that they're not like blood related. But I think that still doesn't make sense. Like, why would she have a sister for all of these years? And I think this is trying to be like trying to redeem the Tricks or redeem Icy. Like, I think this is like really too late for a season to like redeem Icy. Like this could have done in season 6. When like if I really planned out like Winx Club, I could have had 3, 4, 5 without the Tricks. Season season 6 is where like oh they come back, but we do have like compelling writing with the Tricks. And maybe a backstory from a very better one, not the rubbish one we got in season 8. Like, that was stupid. Why was this shaman lady like turning her sister into a fox? Like, out of like she could have turned her into anything, but no, she turned her into a cute fox because of course she did. I understand that. So yeah, I think the Tricks have shown, like, in season 1 and 2, they have shown like they are strong. They didn't need any guy to like follow that, um, and they held their own against the Tricks. You have to remember, like, most of the times, the Tricks and the Winx, they were even playing field, but they still like were competent. So yeah, um, this is my message to you, Rainbow. Please stop tarnishing the Tricks' reputation. They were the iconic. They were the best villains. They still are, but you guys are ruining the Tricks for us. So, yes, we want justice for the Tricks. I see Darcy and Stormy. Yes. So yeah, that's my hot take about the Tricks. I think, like, I would say the the rise was like season 1 and 2, but they've fallen from season 3. Um, so yeah, um, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and goodbye.